Well, hello there, my good YouTube people. It's Bridget back again from Mature Time Channel, and I am happy to be here again today so we can talk a little bit more to some of the medical professionals or people who are looking to become medical healthcare professionals. As you know, I'm a nurse of 36 years now, looking to retire pretty soon, super excited about it. And if you've seen my channel before or you think this might be a blessing to someone that you know or to yourself, I just want to encourage you to like, share, and subscribe because I typically forget to say it at the end of the video. I spoke a little bit a couple of weeks ago about how to take care of yourself as a caregiver, whether that is someone who's hired to help, whether you're on the payroll or you're taking care of family members or friends. But this week, I want to talk about the importance of looking for a nursing job, because there used to be a time, I'm going to say, where a lot of people were going into nursing. And then shortly after COVID, things changed. People saw the reality of the dangers of healthcare. They saw the reality of how hard it was to be a nurse or a healthcare professional. But I assure you, for those of you who are called, you know in your heart of hearts that this is something that you're supposed to do, and you'll know it. It's not going to come from, oh, this is what I should do because of the money or the stability of the job, because there is money to be made in nursing. There are certain states that make very good money for nursing, as long as you take good care of yourself and don't burn yourself out, okay? And I think I mentioned before, those states, the highest paid states would be California, New York, Pennsylvania being Philadelphia, and New Jersey. Not to say that other states don't make good money, but it's all in comparison to what the cost of living is too. It kind of goes with that too. So the states that I mentioned, some of the cities, there's higher cost of living, but there are pockets of those cities and states that you can find. You can live cheaper, make that top dollar, and put more money away. So I talked a lot a couple of weeks ago about the retirement piece and how important it is to put that little bit away, even when you've got family, you've got kids, and you're doing after school things, sports, and you're sending kids to private school, or just right now, it's super crazy just filling your gas tank and trying to buy food for more than one person, right? So when you're looking for a job, once you've got your mind made up and you know this is something you're going to do, don't let anybody talk you out of it. You don't need to discuss a whole lot of things with everybody. There's certain people that are trusted in your life, and those people you can go to for that, that one up, that kind of like encouraging you to stay on task, and, to help you on the days that things seem to be hard, because, just getting into nursing school in some states is hard, let alone getting through nursing school. So it needs to be something that you feel called to. There is a lot of study on the front end of it. But when you're looking for a job, some of the things, if you're not going to be in those states that are high paying, look to live below your means. Find a place that you can live and comfortably get to work. Sometimes people, I have done that myself. When I lived in New York, I lived in the suburbs and I worked in the city. So I would have like an hour drive, hour, 15 minutes sometimes. And it was okay in the beginning of my career because I did take the train, a lot, and, public transportation. It did add some time on to my trip, but it saved me being behind the wheel, extra stress of driving on the beginning and the end of a 12-hour shift, right? So I would look for a job that had not just good pay, but benefits. And there are still some hospitals and some clinics that will pay for you and your family for healthcare. That's big. If you can find an employer that will pay 100% for you and your family. There are a few here in Northern California that I know of. Kaiser Permanente, for one, they will. Kaiser is a tough place to work for, though. You're going to work, and you're going to work hard. Okay, they don't just give the money away. They say that it's one of the highest paying healthcare. Healthcare, what do you say? Healthcare facilities, healthcare organizations, right? Healthcare businesses. that are out there, but they do pay for your family 100%, you and your family, and that is still a really good thing. We're fighting for that still now with our next contract coming up. We're making sure that we're going to fight with everything we've got to let that not be a takeaway, because that is something that they've tried to take away in the past. Pardon my voice today. So aside from healthcare, I would find a place that's still going to pay into your retirement. Have your own retirement on the side, do your own investments on the side, but have someone that will match your money. I'm telling you, it pays. I forgot all about that, and that money sat there and it grew, and it was like, oh my goodness. You know, when they say, oh, pick your number, the number you're going to need to be able to retire and to retire well. I didn't really go into it that specifically when I started thinking about retirement. I just kind of knew, okay, this is kind of how I want to live, and this is the money that I'm making, this is what my bills are going to be, this is what I'm going to need. So, all right. And then I went to go look, and lo and behold, it was already there. I didn't have to stress about it. I didn't have to think about, okay, now how do I pull more rabbits out the hat? How do I work more this last 5 years? And that is a thing, because the last 5 years is it's a thing with Social Security. So the last 5 years really matters to kind of beef up your salary, and it kind of can happen without you working more. Really, most jobs will pay you according to a ladder, your experience, how many years you've been there, how many years you're bringing into the profession. So you should be at your highest the last 5 years, your highest salary, or hourly rate, hourly wage at the last 5 years, and that's where the Social Security will kick in and calculate your larger number, and that's where you'll retire with more money. And that's what a lot of people talk about, that 5 years being important in the end. Some people want to power through at the end and maybe add an extra job, or I don't know, because I think some nurses, for myself, I'm going to be pushing 59. Is it 59? Yes. Yeah, 59 when I retire. So I don't want to work another second job. I've worked 2 jobs all my life, right? I don't want to do that. Now I want to relax and do the things that I know are good for my body. I want to take care of my body. I want my body to last me. I have survived and done well as far as, holding my body together. I have had 2 surgeries, 2 major surgeries, 2 spine surgeries throughout my career, just because of the nature of the work and working too hard. I can say I know I work too hard, but this last iteration, I want to make sure that my body is going to last and work well for me, because I want to go and travel, relax, see the world, do things at my own pace, and I want to be healthy to do it, right? So it would not be my choice to pick up a second job or try to double my income this last year of work. So when you're looking for a job, look for the healthcare. That's super, super important, because it's really expensive. Looking for just healthcare, say if I had to pay for what my employer pays now for myself and my spouse, that would be $2,400 a month if I had to pay that out of pocket. That's a lot of money, right? And they also match my retirement. So that, let's say about $500 a month, that's saving, that's another $3,100. It's happening again, y'all. Last episode, sorry, we'll give it a second. All right, that time it was a helicopter. Last episode it was a plane, because I live close to an airport, right? It went right in the middle of the recording. I don't know what goes on. It must be the time of day I'm doing this. I'm gonna have to readjust my timing or something, but my apologies. But so like I said, that the retirement, what they're paying into is about $500 a month. As I broke it down and did the calculations for when I'm retiring, it's about $500 a month for retirement that my employer is paying, and the $2,400 a month that would be for the insurance for 2 people. So that's an extra $3,100 a month income. And now you consider that income, because if they didn't pay, you'd have to pay for health insurance, right? You still have to retire. You're still going to have to get money from somewhere to live, whether it is you continue to work for the rest of your life or you save it in another area. But those are good things to think about, and there still are some places out there that are offering those things. So when you finish your degree, you've taken your NCLEX, you begin to look around. Don't only look for the highest paid hourly job, look for the benefits as well, because I promise you it's going to matter, especially if you're planning to have a family, or even just being married, or a domestic partner, whatever that would be. So I hope that was helpful to you. I'm going to be sharing lots more tips about the retirement and all the things that I'm planning to do, where we're going, what we're doing as time gets a little closer. I'm looking to try to get out of here in the next 3-ish months or so. So, the crunch is on for all the things, getting visas and the movers and getting the house ready for sale and rent. It's just super exciting. And I'm telling you, my God, I'm so blessed that I made it out. All right. I hope that blesses and helps someone. Please like, share, and subscribe if you know someone that would help, for someone that's thinking about going into the healthcare profession. And I will talk to you guys on the next episode. Blessings.